Well, we're finally done with the setup for Cuphead, so I'm gonna give it over to Kepsert so he can show us what's up with the all bosses regular legacy Cuphead run. I don't understand that much, but you know, just go ahead and explain it to me.
I'm gonna do the Cuphead all bosses regular legacy run. Legacy basically means that I'm gonna run the original patch that has a lot of glitches in there, which is in my opinion way more interesting. I think the easiest way to show this off is just to get the run going, and I'm pretty much ready. So if you could give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1,
go! So yeah, I'm Kepsert. I'm gonna run Cuphead right now. Basically, the first thing we do is gather some coins because we need weapons, and weapons cost money. So yeah, over here there's this guy. We call him Tomato Guy. He just gives us 3 coins for free. However, we need 5 more coins, so we're gonna go into this run and gun over here, which is the only platforming stage we're gonna do in the entire game. It's all RNG basically. It's really hard to like learn the patterns because there really isn't any. It's really just RNG.
So quickly gonna interrupt you because I want to give you a heads up that the blindfolded incentive has been met, and you know, people want to see that.
Yeah, so the blindfolded incentive has been met. However, I'm not gonna do it during the run. I'm gonna do it after the run because I've got a little bit of a surprise for the incentive as well, and I basically can't do that during the run. So,
well, that sounds interesting.
no, that was the first run and gun. It's pretty straightforward. You just dash through the level while collecting the coins. Now I'm gonna head towards the store where I'm gonna buy the 2 weapons, which I'm gonna need the entire run.
So while you're getting those, I have a donation to read. And please try to not facepalm when you hear this, because Dark Cuckoo just sent us €5 saying, you could say getting the soul of Cuphead was the devil's cup de grace. Cuckoo, please.
No, I just got the first glitch in the game. Basically, I pressed the exit and the buy button at the same time, which made me buy the weapon and leave the store at the exact same time. And then here we go. This is the first boss. It's basically some kind of tutorial boss, really. It's not too hard. It's pretty straightforward, even though a beginning player might still have quite some problems with it. What I'm doing over here is just mashing my button to constantly swap weapons. And as you can see, that makes me deal a lot more DPS than you could usually do. This has been patched out in a later patch. That's why I'm running Legacy, because for me it's more enjoyable. There we go. That's the first knockout of the run. What you do by weapon swapping is basically interweave the cooldowns of both the weapons within each other, which basically allows you to use both weapons at the same time. Which obviously basically makes you deal double DPS. Right, so the second boss is going to be Ribby and Croaks. It's basically 2 frogs, and it's for me the first obstacle in the run because I really don't like this fight. But I got decent RNG, for me at least, so I'm good to go. It's not the quickest RNG, but for me it's the easiest, so I'll gladly take it. The other RNG would be that the tall frog would like shoot fireflies up into the air, which would come at you, and I actually missed the quick kill. It's unfortunate, but it's not a big problem. I was probably like 2 or 3 hits off. Yeah, the game is basically like designed to look like an old school cartoon, like the Disney cartoons and stuff, and yeah, weird things happen, like these frogs just turned into a slot machine. I'm gonna take it a bit slow here, and I died. Well, that was too fast still. This time I'm gonna aim for the quick kill. Seems like I got it this time. As you can see, I just skipped the entire second phase where they would like shoot bullets at me, which is really good for me. I just hope I don't get the target pattern again because I'm just really bad at it. That's better for me. Yeah, sometimes when I use a special ability, you can see that literally nothing happens. That's because I'm weapon swapping at the same time. And if I happen to swap my weapon at the same frame I use a special ability, the game doesn't know which weapon special ability to use, and it basically disappears. We call those a nothing, and it's really unfortunate if you get those during a run. You lose a lot of damage from it. And that's also probably the reason why I didn't get the quick kill on the first attempt. The third boss is coming up now. It's Goopy. It's basically just a ball, and he jumps. I don't know what else to say about him. You just want to like get as much of your bullets in, so you can deal as much damage as possible, obviously. And yeah, at some point he transforms into a bigger ball. And then a gravestone for some reason. Anyway, this is like a really easy boss. I think it might have been meant to be the first boss or something. I'm not sure. It's really straightforward. It's really easy. 23 seconds is a really good time as well for me. Now it's time to pick up my plane, because we're going into the first plane level. And this is also one of the interesting bosses in the game, in my opinion. Because there's a pretty interesting glitch you can possibly get on here, but it's really tight. It's like it all depends on just a little bit of damage that you might or might not get at a certain frame. So I'm gonna try and get it. If I get it, you'll notice. If I don't get it, then I'm just gonna try and finish the fight the normal way. But this is Hildeberg, the first plane fight. Right now I am unable to weapon swap because I only got my main weapon. But that's alright. I'm gonna tank a hit here to shoot a missile right into her while she goes back to the right. Now it's really important that I try to get as much hits in as I can, obviously. I gotta wait a little bit. I don't like this RNG at all. Would possibly need a glitch. And I actually got the glitch. As you can see, she's not doing anything. She's just calmly floating around and allowing me to shoot her, and it's pretty amazing. But most of all, the most important part is that you skip the entire animation of her going into the final phase, which is about 7 to 8 seconds. So besides making this fight a lot easier, you also just save a lot of time either way. And there we go. That's Hildeberg. Right now I've got a 108 because I had to wait for the cycle a little bit. But if I didn't get the glitch, I would have been at around 116, 117-ish. So as you can see, that saves quite some time. I should also mention, by the way, that when we do speedrun Cuphead, we actually run with in-game time only. We have a load removal thing, a load removal tool that automatically removes all the loading time from the run. So the time you see on the stream is not the actual time we would use in a real speedrun. This is also a pretty straightforward boss. He's just gonna shoot stuff at me and I have to dodge everything. I'm not getting the best RNG. I already got 2 nothings as well, which I'm not happy with. I'm gonna play it a bit safer for marathon reasons, but he's down anyway. But that was the first idol in Cuphead, and I'm now heading towards the die house, where basically the Dice King is waiting for me to give me some advice, but we're gonna skip it all because it's a speedrun. If you have any donations, possibly that would be a nice time to go through them.
Well, currently we do not have any donations, but I have other stuff to talk about. For example, that we're raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society, which is a nationwide organization committed to fight cancer while aiming for more cure and a higher quality of life for those already battling the disease. And 95% of your donations will go towards the Dutch Cancer Society, and the other 5%, will be for BSG, trying to improve, the stream you're seeing right now. And, if you're a Twitch Prime user, you could consider using your free monthly Twitch Prime subscription on this very channel, the ESA channel. And you will get access to both the ESA and the BSG emotes. And you support both of the events. So that's a good amount of reward for your money, I guess.
The boss I'm fighting right now is Baroness from Bom Bom. She's the first boss in the second aisle. She did used to be. We used to follow another route, but this is the new route. She's the first boss now. And she basically consists of 3 mini-bosses out of a pool of 5 before heading into the main boss fight. But yeah, that's a bit of a glitch where we start attacking her while transitioning to the next phase. Well, she can't even do anything, so that's a bit unfair, I guess. Now I'm gonna talk to this NPC over here. He's gonna give me some new weapons for my plane, and I'm gonna show them off right on this next plane fight, which is, by the way, Wally the Bird. And he is scary. He's got a pretty badass bullet health section to him. I'm gonna play this a bit safer. Oh, that was a fortunate hit. Go for the safety. I've got 1 HP left. But this is, yeah, quite scary. I pressed start there twice, basically to skip an animation where this boss comes onto the screen. It saves a little bit of time, and it's nice to save time in the speedrun. And there we go, that's Wally down. I should not have parried that bullet, because by parrying bullets, you can parry pink objects and stuff to get an EX card meter. But on the score screen, it takes about 0.8 seconds to actually count up the parries. So on the long run, if you parry too much, it can cost you quite some seconds. Yeah, I'm right up to the next boss fight, which is basically another plane fight. But this fight has something interesting, actually. This is Jimmy the Genie. He's got a lot of faces, and we're gonna do some interesting things. Well, first of all, you might be wondering, like, with Kepsert, you're not even hitting the boss with your missiles. What are you doing? That's because for some reason there's random hitboxes below the screen which you can hit throughout the fight, like right here. I'm just hitting the boss right now. Don't ask me how, it's the thing that happens. That was the wrong EX ability, but it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna play this a bit safer again. Because I already lost 2 HP. You want to stay right inside the face to just be up close and deal as much damage as you can with weapon swapping. But unfortunately, the mummies spawn at random intervals, and they both spawn in my face right away, so that's unfortunate. But basically, there should be more phases to this fight. But during the second phase, I dealt so much damage to the boss that I went straight into the 4th phase, so the game just doesn't know what to do anymore, and you just stay stuck in the 4th phase. A similar glitch is going to be done at the very next boss fight, actually. This is actually one of my favorite fights, and for someone who's not familiar with Cuphead, you can say it's going to be quite a clown fiesta. I'm going to use the EX card meter at the left button to see how much damage I've done, and stop at the right moment if I need to. But he gets really close to me, and that's kind of scary, but that's okay. There we go. And I'm gonna try and burst him as much as I can. And I got it. You see the explosions? That means I got it in the third phase. Before the first one even ended, and yeah, the game is confused now. He's just gonna throw all of the animations on the screen just randomly. He doesn't really know what he's doing anymore. He doesn't know what's going on. It's a pretty funny boss. And there we go. He's down. This is probably one of the trickier glitches in the game as well. Now, off to the next boss fight, which is a dragon. Grim Matchstick is the name. He also got an interesting glitch where you can basically skip a phase and freeze the boss. I did make a tutorial for it. I think a lot of people in the Cuphead speedrunning community actually know of this tutorial. They might have even used it. It's got a lot of views as well, but I forgot how to do it. So I'm just gonna try and wing this. You don't necessarily need to get the glitch to get the quickest kill, but it makes it easier and just safer in general. Looks like I might be getting the glitch here. I'm just gonna aim for it actually. Some damage, it's okay. And I got the glitch. As you can see, he's already exploding before the phase even ended, which means I skipped the phase. That was scary. And there we go. Boss is down. If you get the glitch a little bit later in the fight, you actually stop him from spawning the fire guys, and he's just frozen on the left side, which makes it a lot easier. So that was the second aisle already. We're heading towards the third one now. And once again, if there's anything the host would like to say at this point, this would be a really great time.
Well, we did receive a €5 donation from Strenling, if I pronounce that correctly. And sadly enough, no comment with that. So still, thank you very much for donating towards us. Because, you know, we are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. And we're streaming live from Alpha aan de Rijn in the Netherlands. So feel free to drop by. Well, I suggest next event, but, you know. And we also like to thank ESA for supporting the event and for allowing us to stream on their channel. So, yeah, big shout-outs to them. And, well, back to you then, I guess, Kepsert.
Yeah, this is the B fight. I've got the best RNG I can get, but because I accidentally took a hit in the first phase, this is actually pretty scary right now. I'm gonna try to go for the quick kill anyway. I missed it, but at least I get the second quick kill. There's two ways to get the quick kills in this fight. And even though I missed the super quick one, I still get the regular one where you basically save the entire animation towards the plane phase, which you just saw come up in the end. And now we're going up towards another plane level, and it's an interesting fight. It's a pretty hard bullet hell fight actually, or rather it used to be, until we found like this new glitch which we are using right now. The glitch, however, is pretty hard to get for me. I'm gonna aim to get it first try, and if I don't get it, I will probably reset once or twice. But yeah, this is I guess the easiest way is to just wait and see. First, you want to break the parts. Then you want to break the heart just enough to do this, and the boss is down. That's it. You skip basically about 30 to 40 seconds of the fight, because for some reason, when you get the last hit on the heart, it deals a lot of damage. And using my special ability on that heart basically makes me deal a lot of damage 8 times at once. And that's basically enough damage to kill the entire boss in the single attack. The next fight that's coming up is Sally's stage play. It's basically a theater show, and yeah, the main act is trying to kill me. It's a pretty straightforward fight. There's not much to say about it. She's just going to use like different abilities all the time, jump around a bit. throw stuff at me. Off screen, however, here is a hitbox. I'm doing a little bit of damage. Not a lot of damage, but it's something, so I'll just take it, right? There we go. Now you see the hitbox that I was hitting before. It's coming down right now. I'm gonna try and get a quick kill on this. Stop her from spawning another attack. There we go. And then there's only one phase left. And she's dead. That's probably one of the easier fights in the game once you learn like how to do the, well, hit the off-screen hitboxes.
So, Kepsert, could you explain one more time for chat what the legacy means in the category?
Legacy means that this is the original patch, the first release patch. That means all the glitches are still in there. The weapon swapping exploit is still in there. They've been patched out, and the community has been split kind of. A lot of people like prefer the regular patch right now, but a lot of them also stuck to the legacy patch, which is also my favorite because there's just so many glitches and I really like them. This fight is pretty straightforward. Basically, this fight is well, just one big hitbox that stays on the screen the entire fight. Just spam attacks at it and wait for it to die. There we go. That's the next phase then. And then the red cat gets eaten by the cat, which is a huge plot twist. Maybe a little bit like Tom and Jerry, actually, I'd say. And he's down, and it turns out the cat was the red all along. Who would have thought? The very next boss fight is actually my most hated boss fight in the game. This is the boss I lose basically all of my runs to. I don't like him. He basically uses a set of abilities. He always starts shooting a gun at you, and the interval at which he shoots are random. So it's pretty hard to dodge. I got a parry there. And he's shooting again. I'm not a fan of this behavior. I'm just gonna play this a bit safer than I usually would. I think this is the next phase coming up. There we go. I trigger to the next phase, and this is basically also the final phase. It's pretty easy. Just jump and dodge the bullets. And he's down. I basically played a bit safer. I had to go through 3 cycles of attacks instead of just 2. So I lost about 7 to 8 seconds, but I'll gladly take it just to not die instead. The next fight is Kala Maria. She's basically some kind of Medusa, and she has a petrifying gaze. She's really scary. It's also a plain level. The ones we like so much. There we go. I once lost a run actually by 0.2 seconds because I walked into the stairs by accident. Basically here you want to stay up close and just weapon swap in her face and do as much damage as you can. Here I'm gonna tank a little bit of damage. Just a little bit. I use my super ability to nuke right into the face. And I think she's transitioning to the next phase now. Yeah, there she goes. Now she's gonna start off with a petrifying gaze, and I'm so glad someone found out how to dodge this, basically by saying in her face once again. That's what happens if you don't, if you don't dodge it. You get petrified for a few seconds, and you basically can't move, and it's just kind of unfair, because she does keep attacking you. But unfortunately, someone found out how to dodge it, and we've been using it ever since. It's not an option in the current pad, actually. It got patched out for some reason. Now, the next fight is basically where all the aspects of Cuphead come together. It's a fun fight, too. It's one of my favorites. I've been training for this. think the Cuphead community members are going to be angry at me for using that pun, by the way. There we go. There's another pumpkin on this side. I'm going to parry this. There's another phase coming up. And I got the quick kill, which is really nice. Now for the third phase, there's well, 2 demons basically popping up. I wanted to try to kill them both as quick as I can. I killed one a bit too early, but that's okay. I still got a rather quick kill on this one as well. And for the final phase, the train kind of turns into some kind of dog, and he's going to be chasing me all around the screen, but it's a pretty straightforward phase as well. Unless you missed this thing twice. I'm gonna have to play this a bit safer now. And I died to the fire spawning inside the boss. That was really unfortunate.
You're up.
Hopefully I played a bit better this round. I was really tight on quick kill. If you have anything to say right now from the host station, be my guest.
Well, right now we actually don't have anything.
Right, fair enough.
But you know, Box Meister, you know, the ones that always makes puns. He's telling me that you said it, but were you training for this? And
Yeah.
was that a pun towards what kind of boss this is?
Yeah, it was meant to be a really bad pun.
Well, it was.
And as you can see, this phase is now going a lot better, and it should be down any time now. There we go. That's how it should have gone the very first time. But it was the third aisle of the game already, heading towards the final one. Well, the hell, basically. In here, I'm gonna fight my good friend, the King Dice, and yeah, he's an interesting boss. You will see in just 20 seconds, I guess. King Dice is basically a roulette board. You roll the dice, and depending on the number you roll, you walk a certain amount of steps along the board. And depending on where you land, you get a certain mini-boss. And you have to beat 3 mini-bosses and beat King Dice in the end to, well, beat the fight. You basically roll the dice by parrying the pink object by basically jumping at it and then jumping again. It's pretty straightforward.
This match will get red hot.
But the first mini-boss, the chips. I'm not sure how I got hit there, but it happened. It's okay though, I still got a quick kill. I got an extra heart from the actual fight. Because, well, where the hearts are going to be on this fight are always random. It's a complete RNG, but I had one on the second spot, and I'm going to have another one at the fourth spot, which is really nice for me. But this is the dominoes, I believe.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
And I shouldn't have dashed there. I did anyway. Gonna make a little bit of distance for safety, and she's down. I've got 3 HP, which is nice for the final phase, for the actual boss fight. So I think I'm good to go. I might play a little bit safer though, just in case. Before we get to the final boss fight, there's gonna be one more mini boss, and it's one of my favorites. Gonna take the dice rolls a bit slow, just to make sure I get them right. So, would anyone like to see a magic trick?
Well, I love magic tricks.
Right, and I'm gonna make this mini boss disappear. I'm not even gonna fight it. I'm just gonna make it disappear. And he's gone.
What even happened there?
Nobody knows. We believe it's because the screen scrolled to the right, rather, and therefore the boss is actually outside the area of the fight. So it doesn't know what happens and it just kills itself. It's an interesting glitch.
A brawl is surely brewing.
I'm gonna play this a bit safe. I don't want to redo this fight, which takes about a minute and a half, so... Usually you tank this card for 3 HP because, well, as you can see, I would have easily made it, but just for safety, I'm gonna, like, play it safe. Makes sense, I guess, playing it safe for safety. So we're gonna have one final boss. It's the final boss of the game as well. It's the Devil. He's the guy we actually send us out to gather all the souls of all the other bosses in the game, basically to, how do you say it, to clear our debts. And here we can decide to like agree with him, but obviously we are not gonna agree with him. We're just gonna fight him and defeat him. This fight is pretty straightforward. It's not too hard, but it can give some pretty mean patterns. Well, let's just hope I get a... Never mind, I don't like this pattern already. That's okay so far. That's not okay. I don't know how I got hit there, but probably just a bit too close. And I'm missing my X abilities. He's gonna jump out of his skin right now. On the left side, there's another hidden hitbox. Don't ask me why. So I did a little bit more damage there, just for safety. That was a... Oh, I don't know where that came from. I didn't see it come up at all. That was... This is really scary right now, but I'm somehow okay. And sorry, I forgot to say that's time. Yeah, I got a little bit nervous near the end because I had only 1 HP, so I kind of forgot that it was the end of the run. But yeah, that's Cuphead.
So it's time to get the blindfold out of your bag and show us what you can do with that.
Yeah, that's something I'm gonna do right now. However, there's an interesting bug. When you beat the final boss, you don't get any input anymore. You have to restart the game, so it's okay if I do it right now. Alright, let me get that blindfold going.
Well, Cuphead and his pal Bugman, they like to roll the dice. By chance they came on Devil's Game, and gosh, they paid the price. Paid the price.
Right, so because I like an actual blindfold, I'm going to use my mom's sleeping mask, but I guess that's fine, right?
As long as you can't see, we're good.
I might actually want to see this while I walk up to the actual fight, which I'm going to do. Right, I've got to walk all the way back. It's going to take me half a minute, I guess. Yeah, blindfolded, it's an interesting concept. It might take me a few tries. I'm going to give it a few tries if I don't get it the first time. But I'm hoping to get it first try. It's a really tough challenge. So, yeah. You feel free to just enjoy the music as I walk over. We're going to head back to Aisle 2 right now, which is basically one of my favorite soundtracks in the game. My favorite soundtrack is actually the Cagney Carnation fight, the flower. And that's so far the music. Right, we almost made it back to the first boss. So a lot of people actually donated towards this incentive to watch me do the first boss blindfolded. And yeah, that's actually what I'm gonna do. However, because it's a regular run, you guys probably expect me to do the boss blindfolded on regular as well. And I hate to disappoint you, But I'm actually gonna do it on expert.
Oh my god, I am so disappointed right now.
I'm very sorry. Alright, for this I'm gonna have to listen to audio cues, so I'm gonna focus and concentrate now. So, yeah. Here we go.
A great slam and then some. Now go.
Okay, that's a bad start. Let's try again.
Good day for a well battle. And begin.
Oh, I got hit there. That's really unfortunate. It's gonna be really tough to get the fight right now. And I'm missing him as well, I believe. Right, I'm gonna give it 1 or 2 more tries.
Good day for a well battle. It's on. This match will get red hot. And begin.
The onion is basically RNG, and basically if I get hit there, it's gonna be super hard. But if I don't get hit, then it should be okay. Yes! Yeah, that's Cuphead, regular all bosses. Legacy full percent for you, including blindfolded. I hope you enjoyed the run.
Well, thank you, Kepsert, for this amazing Cuphead run. And there's only one thing left, chat. It's the afterthoughts and announcements by Shadow Frost and Cruel. So while they get into place, you know, we are first gonna play some Twitch ads for you, and then we'll be right back.